Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. If you guys can see the title, Love and Marriage Huntsville, executive producer or producer? Question mark. So, if you guys can hit that like button before we get started. Also, and if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything for you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. If you don't know what the notification bell or where it's at, it's the little bell symbol that you see by subscribing. And once you click on all, it'll have the little shakes by it. So, and if you can share this video, it's fine with me. Doesn't bother me at all. The more the merrier. And comment on this video. I want to know, what do you guys think? When you have the actual proof and facts in front of you, what do you think when it comes down to it? You see at the bottom right here, my opinion, allegedly, and entertainment purposes. This is for the Copyright Act of 1976 for fair use, good old criticism, sometimes news reporting, teaching, celebrity gossip, and reality TV, and always that good jazz. So let's just get right into it. You guys know this whole Love and Marriage Huntsville franchise. It's always been, and I'm not even gonna go around beat around the bush. It's always been Melody. Yes, Melody brought the concept. Well, brought a show, but the concept was changed by Carlos. But it was always Melody's the executive producer. And so if Melody's the executive producer, that would mean that Martell would have to be an executive producer as well. Even though she was talking to Carlos, he was part of it. So I was watching a content creators page, a channel, and I'm not gonna say her name because I'm not sure she wants me to use her name, but I wanted to give credit where credit is due, and that's where I seen this information because I wouldn't have never known to look for it. So once I seen it on her page, I was intent to look, but I forgot. But I'm doing it now. So, anywho, I pulled up the information and I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and I have it marked with the blue by it. You cannot deny the facts. This has nothing to do with, oh, you're only doing this because you don't like Mel. I don't know Mel not to like her. I don't like her character that I see that she proceeds not just on the show. I don't like her character that she's showing off the show, which is, you can't say, oh, production did this, this, and this, because she's actually doing this on her own, on her Instagram, on her TikTok. And once again, and I don't know why we have to do this, but in the beginning, if you go back, I didn't take the videos down. You could go back and see that I was for Mel, but I tell anybody I'm not a millimeter. I'm a grown woman. I based her situation off of what I've also went through. But at the end of the day, I'm not a trauma bonder. I don't trauma bond with anyone. I may feel bad for you, but there comes a time you have to dust yourself off and you have to use that negative energy as a positive energy. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and bring it to the stage. This is my stage. Anywho, I pulled up the actual website. I will put it in the description box if you want to go and double check it. But if you see right, the second name, it says series produced by, and Andrew Hawk, I don't know who this person is, but him and Carlos has the same amount of episodes produced, and from the beginning of conception to the end. And that's an executive producer. So if you look at Martell is a producer. He produced 57 episodes from 2019 to 2021. That was the first and last time he's produced. And if you go where it says Melody Holt, because they're not going to change the name to Melody Cherie, Melody Holt, she produced 31 episodes in 2021. Now, if that's not right, then you need to take it up with where I got the information, and it was off of imdb.com, and I'll put that description box. Now, if everybody's heard Marcus Barnes' name, he is an executive producer. So my whole thing is that I know a lot of people want Melody to be the producer, but she's not the producer. She's an executive producer. Now, Mariah was an executive producer. So, and I'm not sure about Nene, but I would have to pull it up. So, anywho, Marcus is an executive producer for 19 episodes from 2022 to 2024. And there are some other executive producers. But the clear thing is on here, a person cannot state, because they're going all the way to 2025 with Carlos. So even though Melody brought this show, Martell, and I don't see it for Martell. Do I want Martell to get his life together? Of course. I don't want to, excuse me. I don't like the word hate. I don't want to dislike or hold no one down, because by doing that, that brings negative energy to my blessings. So, but what I am going to call a spade. And I'm glad that that content creator did put the information out. So on here, Martell has produced more shows or episodes than Melody. And most people will be like, and once this is put in their face, they'll be like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. It does. Okay, which one is it? Is she the executive producer and it's her show? Or is Carlos the executive producer? I mean, you can't. I know people are going to be like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. I already know that. So it does not matter. So for me, I just wanted to bring this to you guys because, yes, Martell is a little whore handbag. I'm gonna say allegedly, but we know he has whole tendencies. Um, just y'all know I'm old school, but he has produced. So my thing is, when Ariane was stating that they're good over there and all this stuff, Martell, even though he may have not showed up on certain episodes, he's produced. I mean, it's been since 2021, but he was getting, he was getting the producer credits. So I don't know. And for me, it'll it's I don't know. I'm lost for words. But you see down here where it says associate producers, supervising producers. So let me go ahead and stop sharing. So the moral of the story with this situation is sometimes things that look a certain way is not always that way. And regardless of how you feel about someone, sometimes getting the facts, and I'm saying this to myself because I was on that bandwagon, not for long, but I was on that bandwagon. And for me, I only felt sorry for her for a certain amount of time, because if you continue to keep putting yourself in a situation, then you know what you signed up for. You went and signed these contracts every season, and you went and put your business. I'm sorry, guys, trying to take this robe off. I got a little hot. It's cold here where I'm at. You went and put yourself in the line of fire, and you continue to spew out your business and your information. No one dragged that out of you. You did. Carlos didn't tell you to do that. You did that. And so if you're the gift that keeps on giving until you stop giving, that's what, a production company is going to do. Now, there are some things that they could have done differently on different with other people, but they can't do anything. They can't use something you don't give them. So for me, if you seen the way that this was going, I would have had another, especially when you had more clout and you had more, because I remember I don't know what season it was, but do you guys remember when she went when she went to the network and they had a conversation? And I would have to pull that up. But you remember it was like a big thing going on, and we didn't know if she was going to leave the show or not back then. But she went to the networks, and for me, I felt like that was the beginning and the end for her and Carlos's relationship. Maybe before that. But, and this is all allegedly, I did not see any proof, but these was the rumblings in the streets. But when you went there, I would have automatically made sure whenever I did another contract, I would have told them that I wanted to be an executive producer. Now, Are you an executive producer? You could be, because they still got your name as Hope. Um, they still have your name as Holt on here. So you may be an executive producer now. But I'm gonna do some more research and I'll follow up on this to see if she's actually an executive producer of the show. So let's see, I'm going to do some more research, to see if that's the case. And if so, I'll do an update to let you guys know. In fact, let me check while I'm on here. Hold on, guys. Okay, let me share this on my screen because I like to do my due diligence, So I want to share my screen right here. So when I looked up, is Melody Cherie a producer or an executive producer on Love is Marriage Huntsville? It says she's an executive producer, but you got to you consider the source. One is Yahoo, if you can see where my mouse is over at number one, and the other one is Instagram. So for me, you really have to consider the source. I'm not, this is Yahoo and Instagram, so that can come from anywhere. Let me stop sharing the screen. So, like I said, but from where the only reason I'm saying she could have gotten executive producer credits, later down the road, uh, because it's showing up 2021, but Carlos stuff is updated. And so that just leads me to believe that, that is, pretty much where it's at right there. So I wanted to bring that back up because IMDb is actually very reputable when it comes to information about movies, actors, and different things of that nature. So I would believe what they state and say a lot quicker than I would believe what, how can I say it? What Yahoo or Instagram would say. Yahoo is okay, but Instagram is a big no go. So I wanted to just bring it back to give you guys another look of what I was stating. And like I said, I just feel that um, IMBD is more reputable than the Yahoo or the Instagram. And those are the two that stating she's an executive producer. But here is stating that she's a producer, 31 episodes, 2021. So basically from 2019 to 2020, she didn't produce any episodes. In 2021, she did. And after that, so if they have Carlos's own updated and they have Marcus Burns updated, I would hope and think that this would be updated. Now, if she's a executive producer and anybody wants to say, oh, she's an executive producer, don't talk about it, be about it. Put up the receipts and show it. Okay? Okay, so let's stop sharing. And also, guys, have a great day. And until next time, you guys hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel, share this video. And I want to hear you guys' comments about this one because the whole inception and the beginning and end for her, for Melody, has always been about she is an executive producer. It's her baby. Da da da. Yes, she brought not even the concept. She brought Huntsville to Carlos. And she also, but Carlos, there's nothing on there about home improvement or building for the most part. So go ahead, hit the like button. You guys have a great day. I love you all. Peace and soul.